But yeah, I miss baking so much because I used to do it all the time. But now that I'm like not having easy access to an oven,
Got a microwave. I don't know. I never baked cakes from scratch though. Like maybe a few times. Though.
sometimes I would use box mix and just add different ingredients to it to make it like. Because it's the same. I don't know. It's easier that way. But I made brownies from scratch before. I made brownies from scratch before. I used to make. I don't know. That was like my hobby.
Baking was never my hobby. I mean, brownies. I did have a baking phase. I like baking.
But you're creative and you're like handy, so like.
Yeah, but my hobby was usually watching Netflix. It wasn't anything cool. I promise. It was really just me sitting in my room.
No, I did the same thing though.
But now I have my diamond paintings as my main hobby. I would say I really like them. I have a story about that. Let me tell you the sadness the tragedy that came upon my diamond painting. She already knows this. I told her before this. I entered it into an honors art contest because I said, you know what, it's art and this will be funny. And then I got an email a few days ago, maybe about a week. And they said I had been rejected and that I should kill myself. No, they didn't say that. They said, unfortunately, you have not been picked. And I was like, how could? And then I went to pick it up because they were like, we don't need this piece of garbage. And I was like, oh, okay. I came and picked up my baby that I spent a bunch of time on. And then I looked at all the stuff they picked and I was like, you know what? That does make sense. I'm mad about it, but also I get it. Because like the stuff, like there's just like beautiful, like people had painstakingly painted. Like you should check it out. I'll show you, bro. I was like,
Where's that?
It's in the honors little building thing.
Where is that? Oh, I didn't know that was there.
Yeah.
I've only been to that building one time.
Oh.
I don't remember what it was for. I think it was to get my paperwork to get hired.
Oh, maybe.
Something like that.
I'd take you there. But, like, some of this stuff is so cool. Like, there's one that I looked at, I was like, oh. And someone, I think, like, made clothing. Like, a dress or something. I was like, oh, that's sweet. But I still can't believe they didn't pick me. Choose me. Love me. Like, whatever. But, like, no, I totally get it. Anyway, so as I was bringing home my child, my masterpiece, it's the Starry Night one, if you've ever seen it. I got it at Walmart. It was not expensive. And I walked back to my dorm where, oh well, at least I'll get to display it beautifully because I had it in a gold frame. It was so pretty. And so I get some command strips and I go, all right, that should be good. And I hang it up on the wall. And I take a little photo of it. I go, that's so cute. 3 minutes later, what was that? What was that? I cried. I didn't. It fell off the wall. And it fell straight down on my windowsill, and then it bust open the freaking frame. It broke my picture frame into 4 pieces. It wasn't like it just cracked it. It destroyed my picture frame. And so I was left with, it didn't break the glass, thank God. And it was on my bed, because my bed is right next to the windowsill. So that there's just wood on my bed. And I used a lint roller to clean it up, and I did not wash those sheets. It's called being lazy. So that was cool. I was like, God. And so now I have to buy another frame for it. And this time I will not be using those command strips. I'll be using different ones. Because they were like off-brand and they were smaller. But I thought, it's not that heavy. It'll work, it's fine. I was so wrong. And so I had a funeral for it. I lied, I didn't. I threw away the pieces, but I kept the big sheet of glass because I don't think you're supposed to throw that away. I looked it up and it said, maybe donate it. And I said, okay.
To what?
Goodwill. Hey, did you need some glass? Should I post it on the Snapchat story? Anyone need a big sheet of glass? No one is going to take it.
Did you see the bit where they'd be like, oh, found this in blah, blah, blah?
Yes.
It's like, I put it in blah, blah, blah. And it's like a completely different building.
You love the ones where they're like, someone's like, I'm missing my headphones. And then the next one is like, selling headphones. Like, so funny. $300. I love those. But yeah, so my baby was destroyed.
Yeah, random transition. Last weekend, we hung out with our friends until like 3 a.m. And we watched this really freaking crazy movie.
Oh, yes, let's talk about that.
Joy's not a horror movie person, but...
That's right, I cried. Well, that's also a lie, I don't know. I just get really paranoid. Anytime anything like scary is there, I have to fall asleep watching Girl Meets World or something else that's a kid's TV show because I'm panicked. Like, and I just get really paranoid. Like, I'm now, like, never alone. Like, I go into the bathroom and I'm like, oh my God, someone's gonna kill me. But it gets, okay, but it's worse with, like, monster stuff. I've noticed, I kind of think I have, like, a fear of monsters, which is hilarious because I'm, like, an adult.
That's valid.
But, like, because I watched The Babadook, and that's not that scary. But I was paranoid for like a week. But this one, I wasn't really paranoid.
Monsters.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it has to be that. And like, I'll watch You, which is about someone stalking someone else and murdering them.
Plausible.
And I'm not scared about that. Like, I literally don't get paranoid that, oh my God, someone's watching me. It's like, if there's a monster, I'm like, it's gonna kill me. So you're an adult. You're an 18-year-old. You don't need to do that. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I literally get so scared. And I just have to, and then I get really paranoid. It's bad. But anyway, sorry, continue.
I still like the uneasy feeling though. That movie made me uneasy.
That one just made me really uncomfortable the whole time where I was like, something's weird.
There's just a lot of psychological, like...
It was like psychological horror, yeah.
I predicted a lot of it because I'm like cool like that, but you know.
Are you sure you didn't watch it 3 times?
Super doctor.
I mean, we can just not say her name, but you know who you are. I mean, she
our
doesn't
friend
watch this though. One of
was
our
like
friends.
talking about the movie. She goes, "Oh yeah, guys, I've seen this a couple times." I'm like, "Oh cool."
Yeah.
And
really
throughout the
nice.
movie, she's like, "Oh my God, like,
this part always gets me. It's so gory."
And she'd be like explaining different parts about like the background behind the movie.
Yeah.
So at the end, we're like talking for some reason about like lies we've told.
Yeah.
And she goes, "I don't remember the last time I lied." She goes, "Oh wait, I just lied to you guys." And we're like, "What?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, I've never seen that movie."
And we go, "Oh, what?" She said she watched video essays on it, so it's kind of like, alright, well, you kind of already knew stuff, but like, come on, bruh.
Like going, "Oh, I hate this part."
This part always gets me. You've never seen this movie before. I think that's so funny. I love her. She's so iconic for that.
Yeah.
Because that's so me-core. Like, I don't really lie about that stuff, but like,
yeah.
I love the little white lies. That's
like,
so iconic.
Yeah, it was so funny. Like, why'd you lie to us?
Why would you do that? Like, that's just weird. She's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought it was
funny. That was really funny.
Oh, we should talk about what. Okay, it was Get Out, by the way. That was the movie we
yeah.
watched. I feel like we're just the movie. Like it's just Get Out. Where basically this dude. It was weird. The beginning part, I was just like, what's going on?
Basically, he's going to meet his girlfriend's family.
Yeah.
His girlfriend's family is all white. He's black. And he's like, "Have you told your family I'm black?" And she's like, "Don't worry, my dad voted for Obama." Like, okay.
Like, all right.
So when he gets there, and they're like, "It's normal."
It's a little weird.
It's a little weird, though.
Yeah, there's some.
His family just very weird.
It's just really.
It's in this secluded cabin in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. We like our privacy, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna die.
Right.
No, get out of there.
So they're being a little weird, and then his mom, or sorry, I keep saying his. Her mom. Oh my God, her mom's a psychic. Not psychic. She's a hypnotist.
Yes.
They call her a psychiatrist, but she's a hypnotist.
She's a hypnotist.
And her dad's a neurosurgeon.
Yes.
Also, if you don't want to be spoiled by this movie, just fast forward.
Just fast forward. What?
Fast forward on these nuts. Sorry.
You. No, if you don't want to get spoiled, too bad. You're gonna get spoiled now. I don't care.
This movie's been out for a hot minute. You should have seen it by now.
Yeah, you should have seen it by now. Honestly, this is on you.
Also, this is a tiny podcast. You don't care.
There are 5 people watching, max. And 2 of them are us, probably. Anyway.
So, then his mom... Oh my God! Her mom hypnotizes him. And he, like, is in this thing where he's, like, gets stuck.
Yeah.
And he sees them through, like, a tiny screen, basically.
It was weird.
And, like...
What did she call it? She called it something, like, now you're in the, like... Down under? No, it wasn't that.
Something like that. It was weird though.
You're now in like the something place. I don't know, but it was something. Whatever.
But he wakes up and he's like, oh, he doesn't think he thought it was a dream. And he actually got hypnotized. But also he's noticed, so there's like, servants? Like, I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
There's like a groundskeeper and like a maid.
Yeah.
But they're both black. They're just acting very strange. Weird. They're really weird. They talk very robotic-like.
Yeah, like...
They just act weird. And they don't say anything bad about the family. Nothing. If they get upset, they're like, okay, why don't you go rest? Like, that's kind of weird.
That's weird.
So anyway, they're just like asking him weird questions, like, why did you fight in like the UFC? Yeah. And stuff like that. And the brother comes and he's like a drunk and he's asking him really weird questions.
He's being real weird.
Yeah.
How movies just weird. But
anyway, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, that event's this week. And they're like, what event? And they're like, oh, all of our friends are coming. You're like, oh, okay. They're like, oh, it's just a tradition.
And you're like, okay.
It's all these really weird rich people.
Yeah.
At their house. And they're all asking him, they have like, basically anyone who's not white at this party is like acting very strange.
They're really weird.
And they're just like talking very flat, like not how someone would talk. Like
it doesn't even seem like they're real people. Like I'm like
there's just nothing behind their eyes.
It's like
weird.
Really weird. And it's just like, no, I love it here.
And they treat me so well. Like, oh, that's creepy.
That's weird.
And obviously he knows there's something weird going on.
Right. He's like,
and he keeps finding his phone unplugged, like all this stuff. Every time So then they keep asking more questions, and then he realizes one of the guys is one of his friends from home that's talking weirdly. Yes. And he's like, why are you dressed like that? Why are you, like, he went missing. Yes. And they're like, where is this guy? And he sees him, he's like, oh my god. He's there. And he goes to take a picture of him, but he really doesn't want to flash it on. It triggers him, and he runs towards him and grabs him and goes, get out of here. You have to get out of here. And he starts getting a nosebleed, and then they pull him back and like give him a rest.
They're like,
oh, he's like, I am feeling much better now, thank you. Oh, that's weird.
I suppose I owe you all an apology. Oh, that's weird. I hate that. I hate that. And like the whole time I'm just like, what's gonna happen? I don't understand
And the only person who's not gaslighting him is his best friend that he keeps calling on the trip. Yeah. But his phone keeps getting unplugged somehow. Like, so then his battery keeps dying and he can't call him anymore. Which is his only way of like getting out of there. Right. So he's trying to leave and like it's just weird.
It's very weird.
And then the family just keeps acting weird. And after that, he was like, okay. He tells his girlfriend, he's like, we gotta go.
We need to leave.
We need to find some reason to get out of here.
And she's like, okay.
And he keeps getting panicked. And her dad's saying some weird stuff. And he's like, okay, we gotta go. The brother's threatening him. The mom's trying to hypnotize him again.
And then
she's like, I'm looking for the keys. She's like, he's like, come on, are you looking for the keys? He's like, I don't know where the keys are. She's like, give me the keys. Like screaming at her, give me the keys. And then she's like, I can't find the keys. And he's like, what do you mean? She's like, they're right here.
She's like, I can't give these to you.
And he starts getting back into a corner. And they all tackle him. And they hypnotize him.
They hypnotize him. Well,
they throw him. They hypnotize him and they throw him in the chair.
Yes, because then they like.
So when he's hypnotized, he's stuck in a chair. He's paralyzed. He can't move.
Like it's weird.
Yeah. So he can see everything that's going on, but he can't move his body.
He can see and hear everything, but he can't move.
Yeah. So then he wakes up. They basically drag his body, and there's this basement they've been talking about the whole time. They're like, don't go to the basement. Like, just don't worry about what's down there. Like, nothing's in the basement.
We had black mold down there. That's not what they said. I don't remember. They said
that is what they said. I think.
Or was it black mold? I knew it was something.
I think they said something like that. But anyway, he comes out of the basement, and he wakes up in this chair. And also, oh my god, before this, so, by the way, he's a photographer, and he ran into this blind man.
Yeah.
And he, like... There was this weird thing they were doing that, like, they were betting, there was this picture of him on
like an easel?
On, like, an easel. Yeah. And, like, the dad was standing up there, and people were, like, betting, like, based on this picture, like, that's kind of weird.
And I was like,
and also, at this time, him and his girlfriend are on a walk, and he's like, I just gotta get out of here. I don't know what's going on. It's weird. And she's, like, gaslighting him. Because he's like, I need to get out of here. And she's like, without me? And he's like, No.
You didn't tell. Okay, this is also important. He goes into like this little closet thing. He was looking for his like camera, and then he finds because
this is while they're packing.
Yeah, and the whole part of it was like she's like, yeah, you're the first like black man I've dated. Like I've never like this is new, and he's like, okay, whatever. But that was like a big thing in the beginning. And then he goes through and he finds photos.
Like, one after the other is all a black guy she's dated. Every single one.
And on top of it, it's all like some of them are people who like the servants in their house and like the groundskeeper.
Like a brother's girlfriend was one of the maids. Like
it's weird. Oh yeah. It was just like really weird.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, so like basically it was like, what is going on? And then he gets like dragged down to the basement, and then the whole like the whole like thing is finally explained, like the whole goal that they have, I guess.
Yeah.
It was really weird though. And basically they're like, what they basically just want to like transplant their family's brains
into black people.
Yes.
Because they're quote unquote genetically stronger. So is what they're saying. But because his dad's a neurosurgeon, he's literally running an underground operation in the basement.
Yeah.
Where he's like doing surgeries on his family members or people who bid high enough.
Yeah.
To switch their bodies. So he's watching this video while he's paralyzed. He's waking up, and it'll be someone else explaining like what is going on, or like he had like a video chat with the guy who's getting his like body.
The blind
was so
guy.
weird.
Yeah.
And from
really
then on,
weird.
he's still there, but like it's. So why all the people are talking weird is because they're talking like white people, basically.
Yeah. It was really weird.
Yeah, it freaked me out.
Yeah, it wasn't like I'm paranoid that will happen to me, but it's like it was just really unsettling to watch because it just like the whole time I just felt like on edge.
Because movies like that, you know something weird's happening, you just don't know what it is.
Yes.
But also, luckily, I would have felt better about this movie if he hadn't gotten out. So if he does get out,
he did get out,
and he kills every single person in this family, and his friend shows up and saves him.
The TSA.
His friend works for the TSA. That's why he could figure out where she lives.
Him.
He's such a G. Because he's watching his friend's dog. And
and he's like, is he ever going to return? Like, I can't see
I got this dog now, like.
It was just really weird. And, like, I don't know. It was so odd to watch because I was just like, I don't understand what's going on. And then when the whole plan, it was just weird. I was like, what is going on? And then, like, I just can't imagine, like, knowing someone so well, like you're dating them, you've been dating them for months, and then
right, like,
they're trying to steal your body. and also I think the worst part was also that they would still be alive. Like it's not like once they like transplanted the brains, like the dude just dies. The guy would still be alive, just like
their temporal lobe is still there.
Yes, which is why the other guy freaked out when the flash was turned on. Yeah. Oh, and then he tries to get out. He ends up like killing a bunch of people, and then going. There was something weird that happened. He's like, he takes the maid with him because he's like, here, I'll save you, whatever. And she's
because the maid's the grandma, and the groundskeeper is the grandpa.
And he didn't know that. I guess obviously.
I just realized. I wonder if it's so they don't die.
I don't think
their brain lives on because your body would die, but your brain would still be alive.
I mean, yes, I'm sure that's a part of it, but the way that they explained it in like the video is more like black is in style. That's weird. Like why would you say that?
I think it's part of it. I always kept asking them really weird questions about like what being black was like.
I mean, it was like really odd.
Yeah.
And I guess like it's supposed to be symbolism for like a bunch of people when like for especially like black men when they marry into like all white families, I guess. That's what
or dox her. Just believe that. I don't care.
Anyways.
Well
she was talking about. I was like, But it was really cool, but it was actually really I don't know, it was really weird.
Freaked me out, dude.
It was just like very unsettling. And I like kids TV shows, so it was awkward. I mean, and how women kill. Or why women kill, not how. I know how they do it with the gun. I really liked the ending of season 1. That was the most wholesome. Like, it was just very satisfying ending for me. I was like, this is great. Good. People were killed, multiple. But it was a very satisfying ending. But, like, that's different because it's like a comedy. This was like a psychological horror movie where I'm like, what is going on? Yeah. Where I'm like literally, I don't know. I just expected, like, scary things the whole time. And, and then when it finally happened, I was like,
me when the scary movie gets scary.
Stop it, guys, stop. Go back to like the jokes and the banter, please. I think I'm just a wimp. That's sad. And Halloween is a scary time for me.
Oh my god. Transitioning to a different topic. Have you seen more of the Nick and Cassie lore?
Yes! Oh, sorry.
Okay, so this internet couple, Julie and I have been stalking.
We talked about this last podcast.
More updates have happened. So,
Updates.
Looks like the Nick dude went to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And they were staying they were in the same hotel room.
Were they in the same hotel room or in the same hotel?
So. Or the same hotel at least, but people took pictures of them in public.
Yes, I know. That was crazy. I was like,
his arm, like, he was putting his arm on her and it was like this. He didn't even touch her. He was like,
that's funny.
That's so funny. Sorry.
I saw the one you said, but I didn't see any others. But also, I was like, that's crazy. Like, imagine being local internet celebrities because you met up with another person.
No, right.
That's crazy.
Like, she's not verified on TikTok, but he is. So it's like...
Ah, interesting. I don't know. It was just... I'm very happy. I was like... Because everyone was saying it's an internet flaw, and it still might be. But, like, please.
But, like, they're not posting to it, so maybe it actually is.
I know, which is crazy.
I think it was an internet ploy they would maybe post more of it.
Yeah. They didn't post a lot of it, which I think is nice.
Which some people's theory is that they were dating before this, and they were just posting them now, or I don't know.
But that'd be kind of... I mean, I guess that's not that absurd. I don't know.
I just want to know what happened.
I'm just curious. Tell us.
I'm
your
nosy,
story,
guys. Like,
please. Am I a rat? I think so. But the people who are like stalking them, I kind of feel bad because they're just trying to exist, and everyone's like, "Look!" But I guess that's what they wanted.
but maybe not their relationship getting launched before they did.
Wait, what?
Their relationship got launched to the internet before it actually. They launched it themselves.
That's true. Which I don't know. It's kind of weird, but. I mean, I get it. I get the hype because I would do the same thing. But, like, come on. That's crazy. Imagine just being like, this is my crush and we're walking together. Smile for the camera.
Right.
Like,
Peanut butter in this.
Have you never had an Uncrustable before?
I have. It's been a really long time.
It's been a long time. I miss it.
Let me just...
Yeah, sometimes you just need to blob it off. I eat it all because that's protein.
It's like those people
I'm
who
trying to
like...
get swole.
I just realized I was like, oh, I'm not gonna eat all this. To be fair, Lily have had half of a meal today.
Yeah, you needed food. That is, and then you got food. Good job. Wow.
Good point.
Blob it off more. That's
It's like
funny.
those people who take a napkin and blow it off grease on pizza. Like, come on now.
Like, be
it's
bizarre.
It's not a freaking flatbread. Just eat it, freak.
I'm sorry, were you expecting a salad? Like, embarrassing. Every time I think of the movie White Chicks a lot sometimes whenever I'm talking about food.
Didn't I tell you about that?
Yes, and I watched it and I really liked it. I love that movie. And I always think of the scene where they're at dinner and he's like, and perhaps a salad for the lady? Perhaps not. I'll have the chopped steak smothered in onions. And I'm like, that is so me. Like, stop. Oh my god. That's so real.
I love that movie.
Me too.
That was like my comfort movie in middle school.
In middle school?
My parents took me to see Deadpool in theaters when I was in middle school.
Deadpool's
You know where I come from. I love my parents.
As you should. I was not allowed because it was PG-13 and I was 12.
Also, this movie I watched was my comfort movie. I literally got a separate platform just to watch it. I don't know if I told you about this. It's called Flipped.
What?
It's so stupid, but I love it.
What is Flipped? Explain.
Okay. It's this, like, romance of two middle schoolers.
What?
Okay, so...
I have one like that, so I can't judge that hard. I have Jessica Darling's Hit List.
I
I love that movie.
love that movie.
Thank you. It's very good.
It's so good.
Lisa showed it to me, and
It was so good. I watched it all the time.
I love it. Anyway, sorry.
Okay, this movie,
Flipped.
it's based off a book. But
Okay.
it's two characters named Julie and Bryce. I know.
Julie?
You're in it!
But Bryce is not my boo thing, so we need to change that
So
name.
basically, Julie was 7 years old, and her neighbor moved in across the street, Bryce. Same age. Okay, she falls in love with him, okay?
At 7?
Right.
Dang, girl.
He wants nothing to do with her. His family, like, talks crap about her family all the time because they're, like, poor.
Oh, that's
And, like,
sad.
Yeah, very sad. Their family's just not well off. His family's pretty well off. They, like, talk shit about their family all the time.
Romeo and Juliet core.
Don't get me started. So then, she's like still in love with him in middle school, and then she's like very passionate about like this tree on her block because she like climbs all the time. Weird
Okay.
thing. I don't know how, that sounds stupid.
Me and my tree.
Well, like, basically, she stays in this tree, and they're like, oh, I gotta cut this down. And she's like, no, I'm staying in the tree.
What is it? How does this movie get approved? What are you talking about?
She's like, I'm gonna stay in this tree. So she stays there, and also her and Bryce, like,
She lives in a tree now.
No. She stays there until they force her out of it. But then she gets the newspaper for it. But back up for a sec. So Julie gets these chickens, and she's like, because she did this science project where like she was raising chicks.
Cute.
So she has these chickens, and they like plant eggs.
I love it when they plant eggs.
Right.
You need a nap?
Anyways,
Damn.
they lay eggs, and she's like selling them for money because it's like this is like the 50s, the 60s.
Oh. What?
Okay,
weird.
Yeah. Anyway, she's like selling her eggs for money, and she keeps going to his house and bringing him eggs. And he takes them and he says thank you, and she's like, oh my god, I love him so much.
Why? He sounds awful. I hate him.
His dad, because he's judgmental, goes, oh, those eggs probably have salmonella. Because her yard's not clean.
Well, like all
eggs.
eggs.
They rent their house, so like no one's taking care of the yard.
Well, if you eat uncooked eggs, you can get salmonella.
Well, yeah, obviously.
He's dumb. That dad is stupid. Sorry.
So then Bryce starts throwing them away every day, but Julie still comes and brings him the eggs for
I
free.
hate him.
And he throws them away every single day.
I hate him.
But one day she catches him throwing away the eggs. She's like, you haven't thrown away my eggs? He's like, you don't understand that. And she's like, you know what, Bryce? They pay me for my eggs.
Good.
And she goes back to her house and like doesn't talk to him for like weeks. And he's like,
I wouldn't either.
So weird. All my life, I was like wanting her to like get away from me, but now that she's like mad at me, I want her to speak to me again. So anyway,
I hate him.
A couple weeks later, his grandpa is like staying at their house.
Okay.
His grandpa goes to help Julie fix her yard. And then
What?
he says, and then they start getting along, and like they know each other.
So his grandpa's awesome.
Yeah, his grandpa then becomes a Julie defender. He's like, you don't understand what their family's like, blah blah blah. And his Julie's dad has a brother with Down syndrome, and they like are using all the money to take care of him and put him like at home.
Oh, good.
So like you don't understand, like they're putting their money towards his home, blah 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 blah.
Oh, I see.
And then they like so the brother has Downs because because his cord was wrapped around his neck when he was born. The same thing happened to Bryce, but they got the cord unwrapped quicker, so he didn't have Downs.
Oh, interesting.
So
wait, so her uncle has?
Yeah, her uncle has Downs.
Okay.
So
and they're spending all their money
taking care of him.
Okay, that's why their yard is a mess or
yes,
whatever.
And that's why they're renting the house.
Okay.
So then the grandpa's helping, and he's like, you don't understand, blah, blah, blah. And then he has a newspaper that has Julie in it because she was in the tree. And Bryce takes it, and he's like, oh, she's in the tree.
She's in the tree.
And then he was finding himself looking at it. He's like, wait, look in the picture. It's like so weird.
Then when you were in that tree, pretty hot. What?
Because he like bullies her all the time. He's like, maybe I kind of like that she's in the tree. Like, I'm good. But yeah, and then they invite them over for dinner.
Who?
So Bryce's family invites Julie's family over.
Why? They hate each other.
Because their neighbors need to get along, blah, blah, and because Julie and their grandpa are like getting along.
Oh, I see.
And like they're just, yeah.
Okay.
They're yapping, and then Bryce is trying to pick out the perfect shirt for her. He's like, I want to look good. I'm like, you have like 12 different flannel shirts. Which one?
Which one is it?
Which flannel shirt am I gonna wear?
I hope Bryce dies at the end of this. I hate him. I hate him.
Hold on.
I hate him.
Hang on.
I hate him.
Hang on. But yeah, they're still not talking because the whole egg incident.
Yeah, because he sucks.
Yeah.
He's awful.
And also she overheard him in the library because her friend was like, oh my god, Bryce is talking about you, he likes you. And she was over and overhears him talking about her, like talking crap about her family behind her back. And she's like, I don't want anything to do with you.
Good.
At this dinner. And then
Bryce
Lucky forgives him, and then like...
No, she should not forgive him. He's awful.
Because she says a thing that's like, people are great in some of their parts or something like that.
Wait, what?
Hold on.
What was that?
Hold on. I don't know how to say
So, lower your standards, ladies, because Bryce needs a wife. Like...
Okay, the quote was like, People are more than the sum of their parts. A person's identity and character cannot be fully understood by simply adding up their individual traits or abilities. So maybe she's like deeply in love with him, so she overlooked his flaws.
Oh, okay.
That he's a person.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
so
like.
So blah, 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 move forward. And then kind of fun. He's like, I'm still in love with her. Like, the way she, like...
The way she's in a tree. Like, what?
He's still, like, in love with her. And then there's a thing called the basket boy auction. So basically, all these boys bring in lunches, and girls will put their money and bid on them to get lunch with them to raise money for charity. So all these girls are like obsessed with her, obsessed with Bryce because he's like hot or whatever.
Because he's a hottie or something.
Weird thing, but they're like, "Oh my god, are you gonna bid on Bryce?" She's like, "No," because she has egg money because someone paid her on the way there for eggs. She's like, "I'm not gonna spend the money."
No, why would she?
Okay.
She's gotta take care of her family.
And Bryce is like, "All I could think of was Julie," and then this dude, his name was Eddie Trueluck, nerdiest mother alive. Okay.
Okay.
And no one's bidding on him. Julie's like, I feel bad for him. He's so nice. And she bids $8 on him. So she goes to lunch with him because she feels bad for him. And Julie gets, Bryce gets a date with the hottest girl in school, Sherry Stalls, which is Julie's mortal enemy.
Yeah, because they probably stand for exact opposite
She's
things.
just a bitch, I fear.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or
so
that.
They're having lunch, and Bryce is all distracted because he can't stop staring at her. He's like, he gets up from the table and he goes, Julie, I gotta talk to you. And she's like, what are you doing? And he goes, he tries to kiss her and she goes, she was Bryce! And she runs home.
Yeah, she almost got assaulted.
Right, she locked herself in a room and he's like, Bryce like swims out and he's like, Julie! And his friend follows him and he's like, what's the matter with you? Like, you completely flipped. He's like,
flipped. Oh.
He's like, Julie Baker, the Coop Poop Babe, the nosy neighbor, her, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you don't understand. He's like, I completely don't understand. And he slapped his friend. And then he rides he runs home, rides his bike home, and he knocks on all the doors.
Wait, is he running or riding his bike home?
He dropped his bike off. He biked halfway home and then dropped his bike and then sprinted.
Because it wasn't fast enough? You're going faster on the bike.
Supposedly.
Stupid.
Okay, and he's like knocking on the doors, knocking on the windows, calling the house, like, for days trying to get her to talk to him.
Oh my god.
She won't.
Yeah, he sounds psycho.
He's like, oh my god, this girl won't speak to me. Okay, and so what he does is he gets a sycamore tree, which is a tree that got cut down, and plants it in her yard.
And that wins her over, and she's like,
yeah. So the end is them planting the tree together.
Wow, I really liked it when you almost assaulted me at brunch. That was really fun. I really liked it when you started harassing me for days.
Like, can I talk to you? Then tried to kiss her. Like, that's not talking in here. That's not.
Can I not talk to you?
I kiss you on the mouth, perhaps.
Like, also, this is the 50s. Can't you get, like, stoned for that crap back then? What? Isn't that, like, so premarital kissing? Ah, get him. He is the worst. But sometimes trash movies are what makes us the happiest.
Because I watched it every day. And I still watch clips from it sometimes when I get bored.
Oh, no.
I literally looked up edits on TikTok. Oh, hello.
Hello? I wish I was a little bit taller.
I wish I was about it.
I don't know the rest of the songs.
I don't even. Oh, well. But yeah, anyway, I was like, wow, I love this movie. And then I watched it repeatedly.
You still love it?
I could tell you, I literally memorized somewhat. I just told you the entire plot, so.
Oh, spoilers! We don't
None
care.
of y'all are watching it.
We don't care.
None of y'all are watching a movie made for middle schoolers.
I would, but whatever. But honestly, let me tell you how this should have gone. They're at lunch, and he goes, Julie, I need to talk to you. And Bryce goes up, tries to kiss her. You know what this bad does? Julie takes her fist, which she's been secretly taking like taekwondo or something, starts beating the crap out of him, and then to finish it off, grabs her bedazzled pepper spray, gets him across the face, and then for the grand finale, grabs her pocket knife and stabs him in the chest and walks away.
The way they're like
that's what should have happened.
Too.
Yeah, that's what should have happened.
In the 50s.
In the 50s.
Pocket knife.
And her bedazzled pepper spray is a staple. This is what needed to happen. Instead of being like, Julie, I need to talk to you, and then tries to up in her face and get away from me.
No, because Like the from. Hold on, let me find a picture. Let me find a
I
picture.
hate that.
I'm actually just gonna pull up the clip.
Pull up the clip. I'm not gonna show you guys though, because you guys suck.
Copyright.
Also, I don't know. I just don't care enough to edit it in. Ew,
Why do you grab her arm like
don't
that?
grab my arm.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
He was going to kiss me. To kiss me. All my life I've been waiting for that kiss. But not like this. Not this way.
Get away from that creep.
I was so hard I thought my lungs would burst.
Yeah, run. Lock yourself in your room. He is a psycho. He's 12 and he's a psycho. Oh, Juliana. I would love that. Oh, Juliana. Oh, even better. This creep tried to kiss me. She can't tell her. Tell her.
Sweetheart.
My neighbor tried to kiss me. He's weird.
Bryce tried to kiss me.
Yeah. You tell her. What? That's it? That's all that.
That's the clip.
What does her mom do? Curious.
So he gets on the house and she's like, she's not home.
It's
not home.
like midnight and she's like, she's not here. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's like knocking on her window too. Like, okay, psycho.
I hate that. And I know he's 12, but he should have been drawn and quartered in that movie.
John and Courtney.
That's the punishment back in the day. No, that was out like way long ago. I just wanted to make.
That's kind of insane.
Yeah, I don't know.